Hi, my name is Haunani Nakabara, and my current level of yogic education is a 200-hour certification and also a specialization in yin. How I chose the Spectra 200 teacher training program over other teacher training programs was the fact that I knew the three teachers and I knew that they had a good balance about them in terms of each of them bring their own sort of schools and their experiences and their education to the table, and it is fairly diverse too, I feel like, with the three different teachers, and I liked that it wasn't just a single teacher and they all had really great reputations. How the program has changed my life is that I get to teach yoga, and the fact that I get to spend time with the different students and learn them and their stories and hear about them, and the fact that I get to make a difference in their life that I wouldn't normally be able to do. The advantages that I would like to highlight for others is the fact that you get a diverse education in the sense that you get to learn from different teachers that have different backgrounds. And the fact is too is that, like, I didn't originally intend on teaching yoga when I signed up and registered for the 200-hour program. So the part of it was really I wanted to expand my personal practice. I wanted to learn about the yoga philosophy, the history, and the why do I do this practice even? And that was really the thing that sets apart the program from other programs, is that you get all this other great knowledge and information. It's not just the asana. It's not just like how do you do downward dog facing like properly or doing your chaturangas properly. It is learning about all the different history and the philosophy and even like Ayurvedic pieces. Like I wouldn't necessarily have learned all those pieces elsewhere. The aspect of the program that helped support me in transitioning from a yoga student to a yoga teacher were really the teachers of the program itself, in the sense that I knew that I would have their support if I felt uncomfortable, if I needed to practice more, if I had questions, even if I thought it was a dumb question. I knew that they were going to be there to support me. And I think that's really what makes this program in particular special, and this studio special, is the fact that it's a family and it's a community. So it's no matter if I don't teach eventually, I still feel like this is my community and my family. The aspect of the program that surprised me in terms of the value that I would take into real life and into the classroom is the aspect of the fact that I didn't realize that even in speaking to people, that I would end on a high note in just giving commands. And so learning the fact that being really intentional and paying attention to tone when teaching, because otherwise with students, they're like, if you say raise your right arm, then they're left with not knowing really what they're supposed to do. And the reason why it really stands out to me is the fact that I use that even in my day job. I do a lot of trainings. I speak publicly. I've gone to Des Moines. I've gone to San Francisco to speak about automation software. And so that has really helped me in every aspect of my life, is being intentional about tone. The piece of advice that I would give people who are looking for a teacher training program is to meet the people who they're going to be learning with, and really not really interview them, but just get to know them a little bit, even just a quick conversation if they have an open house or an info session. Talk to them, get to know them, see if you feel comfortable with them. And maybe the thing is too, is for you, it might be a matter of trying out multiple different schools and seeing who you feel comfortable with. And most likely, I think my advice is that once you do that, the choice is probably going to be pretty clear. So the aspect of teaching yoga that I unexpectedly really enjoy is the fact that like I mentioned, I wasn't even planning on teaching yoga when I had registered for the 200 hours. So the fact that I'm even teaching today is kind of surprising. And I just enjoy the fact that I can teach a class and I can also practice with the same people in other classes. And it's kind of a cool experience to have that. And like I was saying earlier, like the fact that we have this community here at Spectra, it's really nice in that sense. And then I even have other friends that I take classes with. They're like, wait, what night are you teaching? Because I want to make sure that I come check out the class. And so that's just the really fun, unexpected aspect of it. one piece of advice I would say, regardless if you're interested in the 200-hour program, because you want to grow your practice personally, if you want to learn more about yoga or you want to teach, play full out. Do the 200-hour to the best that you can, to get all that you can from the program. Learn from the teachers. I mean, they are truly, they're fonts of information. Like, you can get so much from them, and that opportunity that you have, just take full advantage of it, learn as much as you can, get to know the other students, because you also never know that networking aspect of it too. That's something maybe that as yoga teachers, as pure yoga teachers, we don't necessarily think about the networking piece of it, but you never know, am I going to move to a different city? Am I going to need to know somebody in that town and have a connection to that studio? That's something that would be important maybe to consider. And that's also your support group when you want to practice. Maybe you want to start practicing a new style of yoga. You'll have those people to call upon too, to say like, hey, I want to try this out. Like, what do you think about it? What are your tips? What are your tricks?